Legends, Atron here, just coming in with another episode of Guild Wars without a PD. Well, it seems to be the standard that we don't use a PD in Guild Wars a lot anymore, and instead of trying to utilize other heroes, and the hero I'm going to feature today and utilize in Guild Wars is Heartbreaker, fast becoming probably one of my favorite heroes recently. So all these, nothing too special in these bases today, guys, but what I wanted to show is how I, Heartbreaker is, 8 War God, 5 Vite, and I'm dropping her over the wall in hopes that she's going to destroy the Town Hall, which is exactly what she did just then. So I was a bit cautious looking at the damage she was doing. If she got a second proc off, she may have destroyed more than 50%, so I would have had to been, and hopefully that 50% didn't go over those army camps. So, but yeah, this seemed to work really well, guys. Having that Heartbreaker, she doesn't get stunned by the magic towers, being able to take those magic towers out, and then line up the pathway for your Minnow to come in was actually super helpful. So, like in this one here, I think I dropped them the other side on this round, but I really want to get the aim of it. I really want to get that HP down on the Town Hall, because once I then drop the Minnow, it's a lot easier, and that's half the buildings, and the Town Hall, which has the most HP, as I said in previous building videos, only 280k. So Minnow, new Minnow skin as well, guys, actually pulls in damage, 400 extra damage. So yeah, it's a bit more than you think when you add up all the stacks, but a little bit of a side note there for everyone listening after the update. But yeah, with Heartbreaker, I'm dropping her, next to the Town Hall. That's what I want to do. I want her to destroy that Town Hall, so Minnow has no worries, getting rid of any of the other buildings. And Heartbreaker goes on a suicide mission here, guys. But every base in this Guild War was fairly simple in terms of layout. There wasn't one with heaps of troops or anything like that. But these bases here seem to be the most trouble if they have 4 army camps worth of troops. That's the ones that seem to be giving the most grief to several players. I believe I've struggled with them. You really got to try and get that nub in the right position, in the right proc, and generally it's quite difficult with GS lowering his energy, and sometimes you need that second proc. So hopefully maybe next Guild Wars, I recently put a 5 Vite on my Trident, so I'll have a bit of fun with that for those camps that have that 200 plus Guardians. I'm going to see how well Nub and Trident combo go there. But yeah, I just did a couple of rounds here, just figuring out the best way to kind of get Heartbreaker to go in. I really just wanted her to lower the HP of that Town Hall, which I think it dies here. So I think I go forward, and once if Nub's really good in these scenarios here, when they've got that one hero down the bottom, really good for just taking the aggro of that one hero, and then that allows you to drop your Minnow, your Mike, and your Cupid at the bottom right, as I just did. So it took a couple of tries to get this one, but it's just getting rid of half of the buildings is the main point I wanted to feature with Heartbreaker in this Guild Wars. So that's, you just really really watch the percentage of the buildings though. I came close to 42% was one of the highest ones. So, and one thing I am learning to be much more cautious of is to not be happy trigger with my DD, because I don't run with a tree. He does have 5 Vite, but he's sitting there at like 140 non-evo, so I don't really use him in Guild Wars. So I need to really make sure, and if you're on the same boat and you don't have that 5 Vite tree, which really, if he's not 5 Vite, you probably shouldn't be using him in Guild Wars. It's quite risky otherwise. I've got to make up that fail safe in other means. So that's this has more troops, but I think Nub just was able to get rid of them. I think this was the one where I almost came close to 50% with Heartbreaker's damage. She's full crit awesome to look at. Go and check that video out of her and the full crit rate, and some extra stuff in LBF for her. But the great thing about Heartbreaker as well, as an additional damage deal at all these buildings, guys, is that if you have that single hero out on the corner like you're seeing here, and you've got almost a 5 bite, but anything with a 5 bite, whether or not it be a Heartbreaker or it might be an Anubis, if you drop Heartbreaker, she can't get stunned by the towers, and she lowers the energy of the hero closest to her. So, or if those procs are hitting her. So this is where I bailed out at 43%. I was like, yep, she's getting on a bit of a rampage there. Obviously, 5 Vite Nub is super handy. I mean, there is different techniques to throw over that back wall, like especially if they don't have a GS, it's incredibly easy to throw off your TT, and she'll just fly over the wall, and happy days after that. So that Ares actually worked in my favor then, because she didn't proc for the second time, and she would have destroyed probably easily another 20% worth of buildings. I mean, her damage is incredible, and in this instance, we just a little bit further away. And then this was a bit scary, because I wasn't sure what was going on, but I didn't realize that Nub had finally died and gone to the very top of that army camp from where I dropped him. He kind of did what the Ronins do when they go invis. And so I just waited, and I knew as soon as you see that 94%, it's very rare that DD's not going to be able to clean it up. No stress. So yeah, just seeing how they would fare against these heroes left here didn't really matter. I was just wondering if they would actually come out on top, which they don't. I don't think so. I think I just got bored and dropped DD anyway for the oh no, they did die. So DD for the win, and then happy days. So all fun and game, guys. But thanks for tuning in as always. Enjoy.